Documents. And the empty coconuts that they used to imitate the sound of horses' hooves. Another strange ritual for the old gods to keep the evil spirits away. The people, feeling that the dark eye was upon them, would melt their valuables in the fire. Sub-Saharan tribes burned fruits, and the rich Roman families spared no expense, melting silver or tin. It is not recorded if such valuable offerings were thrown away with the ashes or if they were reused at a later date. Strange rituals throw valuables in the fire to ward off evil spirits. Fascinating. Fascinating. Examine the desk. Metal cubes. Oh, this is a puzzle. I'll just take them. We just put them in our pockets. The cult of Mithras was a mysterious religion practiced within the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 4th century AD. The name of the Persian god Mithra, adapted by the Greek as Mithras, was linked with a new and distinctive imagery. Worshippers of Mithras had a complex system of 7 grades of initiation. This sounds like Scientology already. With ritualistic meals, initiates would meet in the underground temples called Mithraea that were retained in large numbers. The iconic scenes of Mithras show him as being born from a rock and slaughtering a bull. Tauroctony. Born from a rock, kill a bull. The knife used by Mithras for the tauroctony, the sacrifice of the bull, is originally a curved sacrificial blade of Persian origin. Its curve can be from 5 to 15 degrees. The name is derived from the Persian shamshir, which means sword. This radically curved sword family includes the shamshir, scimitar, talwar, khalij, polwar, and Mongol saber. A myth of the golden knife is the key to the Mithraic mysteries that some describe as an equivalent to the Holy Grail. The golden knife carries a curse that will spill the blood of the unworthy who dare to touch it. Alright, well, a lot of stuff has just been given to us in a bunch of books that we picked up in a shed in an abandoned archaeological dig. I'm not sure if that's good storytelling. Like, it just dumps a bunch of information on you in a place where there really shouldn't be books because this place is abandoned. And there's books out in the open as well. That doesn't make any sense. There's artifacts and books just out in the open in an abandoned dig. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they leave it in the open, right? Oh, hey, look. Area 1, Triclinium. There's a Cyclops in here. Let me just walk around and make sure we don't miss any. Is that a skull? That's a skull. Okay, wow, this is it's that kind of cult. You know what I mean? Alright, there's a Cyclops. Hammer, they're forging the knife.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge.
Yes. Apparently, Sherlock Holmes knows his archaeology and history.
Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking.
How can you tell? Alright, there's Vulcan, there's Cyclops. There's a staircase there. Alright, so I guess we should look at everything. Let me just walk this way first. So there's a staircase. Area 2, pits. Ropes, okay.
I don't need the ropes for now.
For now. Yeah, thanks.
I don't need the ropes
Thanks, game.
for now.
So, Sir Rodney was lowered into the pits to look for things. There are more skulls. More skulls. And apparently nobody bothers to like put the skulls away. So there's a hidden temple. Inside the pits. Archaeological
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
Alright, so they were excavating in the pits. I don't need the rope for now. Are you serious? That's a bit on the nose. Hold on. Let me just go back to the paths. Area 3, Arch of Hadrian. How do you know it's Hadrian's? How can you tell? Alright. Ruins and things. This is just a hole in the ground. What does it say? Area 4, Tablinium. Wait a minute, before we go down there, let me just... Why there's so many paths? Train tracks. The train goes through here. Mine carts. Railway.
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
Alright. Alright, let's go down there. Let's see what's down there. Fascinating. Nothing there, nothing there. So, this is a mural. What is going on? I don't think they look. They're just copy and pasting the texture over. Look at that. Look at that there, and then that there, and then like that there. I see. Alright, copy and paste. Yeah, I see it. I see them. Can I click on them, please?
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
Use trowel. A really well preserved fresco. Let me just scrub the screen with my trowel. Frigidarium. It's a picture. Okay, stop. This is a perspective drawing of an architectural scene. Perspective was not invented until the Renaissance. Alright, the Renaissance is around 1400, 1500. The Romans did not have perspective. They didn't draw like this. So let me just drop that bit of art history knowledge on you, just to tell you that this game is full of crap at this point. This is not how the Romans drew anything. Anyway, continue. You have to scrub slowly. If you scrub too fast, let me just do that. Let me just do that. Look at that. the game, the game doesn't register it as a continuous stroke if you do it too fast. All right, Frigidarium, but it doesn't tell us all that much, though, does it? What does it actually tell us? Is there like a doorway? Is that what we're looking for? The doorway?
I can see now. Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman Baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
Okay. That is not a Roman fresco. That I can't deal with this. I'm triggered. I'm triggered by this art history nonsense. Let me. Okay, web browser. It's not even. It's not even 1 point perspective. It's complex 3 point perspective. No way. There's no way. That's even the Renaissance people didn't have that. Roman fresco. See, this is like there's no perspective in the old Roman frescoes. Look at that. Like it's not. It's not a perspective. There's no. You see that? Like this is the kind of Roman frescoes that they had. And like there's no space. Look at that. There's no space in the picture. You see how flat it is? Like everything is just flat. And there's a little bit of space in the ground, right? There's implied ground, but look how flat that is. So this is like these are Roman like the perspective doesn't work. Look at that. It's not actual perspective. Like things don't line up, right? So that's a room. That's not from the Roman era. So it's stuff like this. Ancient Roman fresco Pompeii and his penis is hanging out too. So you see how like there's no perspective? This is what Roman art actually look like. Oh, this is talking about um groping boobs. So talking about the old Roman frescoes and the pornography that exists in old Roman frescoes. A satyr named a satyr and so the satyr is groping a woman's boobs. There you go. So there's the old Roman paintings for you. And like naked woman, of course. Right? So like these are the ancient Roman frescoes. That's what they look like. There's no space, there's no perspective. And then if we look at like Renaissance paintings, so Renaissance painting was when this is when they invented perspective. So you see this perspective, you see how the lines go towards a vanishing point. They all go towards one vanishing point. So this technique was invented in the Renaissance, right? Like, like the perspective, this was invented in the Renaissance. It didn't exist beforehand. And just to contrast it with like Eastern art, so if we go to Chinese painting, so the Chinese didn't have perspective either, but they had oblique, right? So if we find some architectural paintings, this is so the Chinese also didn't have. That's not right. This is this is new stuff. I need historic Chinese paintings. Well, the Chinese didn't paint very many buildings. Chinese mountain landscape architecture. Painting. This is alright, this is just bad. Okay, I guess this is it. This is from Tibet though. So this is the kind of thing that the Chinese drew. So you see the Chinese also didn't have perspective, but they had oblique. And so they would have a wall, so that they have kind of horizontal lines and then diagonal lines going back and horizontal lines. So it's like it's reverse perspective even. Like the perspective is all wrong. But they had oblique, and you can see this like this is oblique. So the lines don't converge at a vanishing point at all, and it's just like a parallelogram to show kind of squares in this kind of oblique perspective. Anyway, that's the Tang Dynasty artwork. So just to contrast different art types, so you can kind of tell where an artwork came from just by looking at it. So this is not a Roman fresco because it's not even a Renaissance fresco because it's got complex 3-point perspective. Look at that. Like that one, like so that line. Let me just,
Frigidarium.
I can't zoom in anymore. So if we use the top of my head as so, like that line there goes to a vanishing point in that direction. That line there goes to that vanishing point in that direction. And then the vertical lines, you see that column, it leans in, and that column leans in the other way. The vertical lines go to a vanishing point somewhere up there. So it's complex 3-point perspective that didn't really exist until computers were invented. Like it's when you use a computer to draw perspective, then calculating this complex 3-point perspective becomes easy. Like hand drawing a 3-point perspective is really difficult. So this is just anyway, enough ranting. There you go. There's your art history lesson for today. And that's my complaint for. Maybe I should write a letter to the game developers and like an angry letter, complain about the 3-point perspective in a supposedly Roman fresco. What a load of crap. Alright, what's this? Arturus Domum, House of Art? House of Arturus? Document. Alright, more reading, guys. Dear Lord Blackmore, the manager of the Bards, Sir Gregory Pitkin, was quite a nuisance at the start when I arrived. After you stepped in, he became rather more helpful. Occasionally, people of his rank are not well suited to a work of such great magnitude. They lack the necessary vision. In a few weeks' time, I hope to bring good news of the Strand Line Bards. I am on the verge of discovering a major archaeological artifact, one that might be used politically by your party to demonstrate the strength of our ancestors and to fulfill the need to protect our empire from any present and future threats. Kind regards, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Well, that's fascist, isn't it? That's completely fascist and suspicious. Calvin, Hobbes, and you consider yourselves as being so smart and funny. Calvin and Hobbes? I had a good laugh when you froze Miss Durkin's notes about the Arch of Hadrian in the ice. However, our thesis exams are just ahead, and as you are the so-called brain of your improbable duo, I have to warn you that my Gastrophates model, the ancient Greek crossbow, not the medical device to relieve constipated people as you might have thought, is not to be touched, or else I'll have to inform Mr. Wormwood about everything you've done these past 2 years. Postscript, I ate Hobbes' tuna sandwich. S. Spittle. That's an Easter egg, right?